What is up, guys? It's Brandon here with a review of the 2015 Porsche Macan Turbo. For this review, we're going to do an in-depth look on the interior as well as the exterior features, and then we're going to go for a quick test drive. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to see are these beautiful bi-xenon headlamps with active curve assist. So when you're turning into a corner, the headlights will actually swivel with you so you can get full visibility. We have headlight washers located right here at the bottom. Also to mention, inside the light fixture, you might be able to make it out, it's dead center. There's a small little light in there which will illuminate 90 degrees when you're turning, so that way you can see anything that's out of your visibility, whether it's a curb or a tree, something that you can't see. That little light will turn on and help you out. The bottom here we have our LED bar, which is active at nighttime. That's your bottom bar, so that's your nighttime running light. And this car does have daytime running lights. Those are featured in the actual headlamp. They're quad lights, taken right off of the 919 hypercar, which is what Porsche races in Le Mans. They're also on the 918 Spyder. And then the top bar is your turning signals. Down here we have LED fog lamps, and we have a massive grille. Just to show you how much air this thing has to take in, there's even more intake behind the LED lights here. Coming to the side of the vehicle, we have 20-inch RS Spyder wheels, which feature the Porsche brake calipers in red. The hood is a one-piece aluminum clamshell hood, which I'll demonstrate in a little bit. We have a sporty side skirt, which can be bought in a carbon package. We have wraparound taillights, the Porsche badge, backup camera, as well as parking sensors are on the rear. This particular car has quad exhaust with the sports exhaust package, which gives you the sporty sound and throttle response, as well as stainless steel pipes. Not to mention, this car also features a towing hitch. The tires on this car are the Pirelli Scorpions. So now, we're going to go ahead and start her up. This vehicle features a key fob, so basically you just have to have this key in your pocket. If you didn't have this key fob, which is the Porsche entry and drive, if you didn't have this particular option, you would have to use this as your actual key, which would go in the ignition, turn to start. However, this car has the Porsche entry and drive, which enables you to walk up to any door on the vehicle. We're going to go to the driver's door first. Keep your key in the pocket and just open the door. To lock it, you shut and the car locks. To fold the mirrors and lock, you just hold the button down and then it locks. To unlock, you can go up to any door in the vehicle, put your hand inside, and it unlocks. It's as easy as that. Something to note on the Porsche entry and drive option, with this key fob you get regardless. So this is the Porsche key, it's reminiscent of the Panamera, the shape of it. But with the Porsche entry and drive, this key fob, like I said, stays in your pocket. And you get this dummy key, which your dealer will install. It's just a chrome dummy key, sits in here, doesn't come out. And basically that's what you use to start the car. You don't use this. This would be the key. You can actually see the little ridges in there that would go inside. But like I said, this car doesn't have that option. So that's that. Also to mention is that this key, Porsche gives you two keys. They give you this and they give you a spare. Depending on which key you use, like say I went to the car, set my memory seating to whatever position I want, set the steering wheel to whatever I want, this car will remember that this key is that particular setting. So when my brother goes into the car with the other key and sets his settings, they will code the vehicle to this specific key. So whatever key you use, it'll be coded to that setting, which is pretty cool. That's also a feature that Porsche Entry and Drive gives you. But yeah, enough of that. Let's look at the interior. So we have a garnet red interior package, which comes in a two-tone red and black. We have a whole bunch of aluminum, brushed aluminum on the door panels. We have more aluminum on the handles. There's red stitching that goes about the cabin. All the way across the dash. We have the Sport Chrono package located in the center. And also in this particular model, we have the Porsche crests on the headrests, which you can see right here. It's a really nice touch. And they're embroidered. They've got sort of a texture. All the seats are porous and perforated because this car has the heated and cooled seats. As typical with any Porsche, we have a whole bunch of buttons here. Basically a cockpit. We've got our sport controls on one side, as well as our suspension management and climate control. And on the other side, we have our sport exhaust button, our off-roading controls. This car is a 7-speed PDK dual clutch transmission. So you can actually put it into manual by putting the shifter into drive, then switching it over to the plus and minus manuals over here. So you can actually use this to upshift, downshift, or you can use the paddle shifters mounted on the back of the steering wheel. Something to note about this steering wheel is that it's reminiscent of the 918 supercar. It's taken right off that car. We have a range of buttons here to adjust your settings for the PCM display, which is located up in that corner. I'll turn that on for you right now. So basically, you control that little display up there with this little wheel. Scroll through your settings. You get your sport chrono, vehicle settings, audio, telephone, your map, torque split. I'm going to show you a quick sport chrono demonstration. So using the little wheel here, click start, and it begins to film your lap time, which is pretty cool. And it also tracks your distance down there on the navigation screen. And then stop. You just stop and reset, and then your clock goes back to normal. It's a really nice little clock you got here. There it goes. So that's that. Now we have, on the left side, we have our adjustments for the lights. We have Alcantara throughout the entire interior. So around the B pillars, A pillars, and around the entire ceiling, there's all Alcantara. Soft touch materials are located pretty much everywhere. There's not really plastic in this car at all. In the center column, we have our 2 cup holders, as well as a small little spot where you can store your phones, your tissues, whatever you want to put in here. It also comes with the USB aux as well as the power jack. And this also rotates or moves forward for an armrest. The glove box is cooled, so you could keep any water bottles in there that you want, and it'll stay nice and cool for you. The nav screen, we've got media, we've got phone, we've got our car info, we've got a whole bunch of mess of stuff here. I don't feel like going through it right now because it's just too much to go through and it's quite boring. But yeah, it's your typical navigation screen. It can be quirky at times, but it's also touchscreen, so that helps a lot. It's very responsive. You just have to get used to it. It's a great interface, but it's gonna get some. It's gonna need to get some used to. So we've got electronic parking brake. Pretty much talked about all of this. Let's go ahead and check out the back seats. But first, I'd like to talk about the front seats. So these are 18-way power adjustable seats. They've got an extension for your legs. They've got side bolsters that adjust as well, so they can actually squeeze you more or less. And you've also got your lumbar supports. These seats are absolutely incredible. They give you a bucket seat-like feel. Well, they are pretty much bucket seats, but they really hold you in there. If you're flying in and out of corners, as this car's made to do, you'll have no problem staying in your seat at all. They really hug you. It's like sitting in a fighter jet seat, or sitting in a Lamborghini seat, something that'll really keep you in the car. But they're not uncomfortable. Some of those seats can be uncomfortable on long drives. These seats in particular, they're extremely comfortable and they're very plush. So coming into the back seat, it's actually really spacious back here. At first, when you see it, it's like, oh my god, there's no way I'm fitting back there. But I'll show you in a second that there is a way you could fit back here, and you could fit 3 people comfortably. 2 is what it's made for, but 3 you could definitely fit comfortably. There is a Bose surround sound system in this car, which comes standard. And sitting back here, I'm 5'8" and have absolutely no trouble sitting back here. My feet can go all the way forward. The seat in front of me is not even all the way back. It can go back further, but basically you're not going to be putting the seat any further back than it is, because the average person that's going to be driving this car isn't going to be super tall, because the roof already is extremely sloped. So that's that. We have our climate control system right here. Up means your heat, and down is your air condition. You have some storage here. And on the door, I'd like to just take note right now, this particular car has the illumination package. So underneath this entire thing here is an LED bar, and at nighttime it'll light up for you to see the cabin on the inside. And also the footwells down below all light up, all the footwells, all 4 of them. And that LED bar up there also illuminates, and all the lights in here are dimmable, so you can adjust it to whatever setting you like, and when you're driving you don't have to worry about not being able to see something, despite the buttons already being illuminated as well. Just gives you that ambience at nighttime that that luxury cars are supposed to give you. So, looking at the rest of the car, like I said, the Alcantara, beautiful across the headliner. This car has the panorama sunroof, and this shade right here will actually go all the way forward if you don't want to have the sun come through. In the middle of this seat right here, you've got dual cup holders, and the seat actually folds forward to give you a pass-through into the trunk. But yeah, that's it for this back seat. It's really comfortable, and you don't have to worry about ever being squished, because it's quite spacious, if you ask me. Coming around to the rear, to open the trunk hatch, it's a little button on the windshield wiper. Just to show you how big this trunk space is, I have a little package here, our first aid kit. Did not come with the car, but it's pretty big back here actually, despite the sloped roof. Could fit probably 2 golf bags back here, maybe possibly 3 if you're laying them this way. Yeah, it's pretty spacious. You've got a little power outlet over here. You've got we got some tie downs in all corners. You got some storage. Also got an adjustable height for your groceries to lower the air suspension or raise it. And we've got some more storage up here in this privacy shade, which is removable. It's very easily removable. You just pull the latches off. But we're going to keep it on there for now, just because it's nice to have in the car, and you know, where would you put it when you take it out? So underneath we've got our subwoofer from Bose. We've got a spare tire which is deflated, save on weight. So they give you a pump in here somewhere. You got to pump up your own tire, which is pretty funny. And then down here you have the jack, which says Porsche Cayenne, which I thought was very interesting. So that is that. To close the trunk, you can either click this button, which closes and locks it, or you can click this button and it just closes it. You can also just pull it, as anyone else would normally do in any other car that doesn't have the power tailgate. But yeah. So now I'm just going to show you the front of the car. Okay, so this is the engine bay of the car. It's a 3.6 twin turbo V6 engine. There's a big difference between a biturbo and a twin turbo, and I really apologize to Porsche for just making that mistake. This is a twin turbo engine. 400 horsepower, 0 to 60 in approximately 3.9 seconds. Could be faster. If you have the Sport Chrono package, they say it's around 4.1, but we've gotten it to 3.9. Engine's just got to be really, really hot, and you just got to have a really nice day, and you can get that time down really, really quick. You can notice the quad daytime running lights, which are right there. And like I said, the clamshell hood goes right around the headlights. It's one piece, pretty cool. And just something to note about the engineering of this hood, the air will go into the intakes, as you can see right here. The intakes are closed right now. They're electronically operated, so when the car needs to suck in more air, they'll open up. The air will flow through there, as well as the sides over here, go up into the hood, and then channel down into the engine that needs the air. Which is pretty neat. Those are the Germans for you. So we're going to do an exhaust clip right now, and then we're going to go off for our ride. So, first thing I'm going to show you is the startup cold without any sports buttons on, and then I'll go through each button individually, starting with Sport, then Sport Plus, and then I'll turn everything off and do a startup with just the Sport exhaust on, because you're going to notice that even though you'll have Sport exhaust on separately without any of the Sport buttons on, the exhaust note is drastically different. You have to have certain buttons on in order to get the full effect of your Porsche, which sounds kind of ridiculous because you buy this car and you want to have the Sport exhaust sound, yet you have to buy all these options to be able to have the car sound as good as it should be. So yeah, we're going to get started with that right now. So guys, I hope you liked this review of the 2015 Porsche Macan Turbo. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back with more car videos coming as soon as I can. So, thank you very much once again, and I hope to see you guys soon.